Alright, in this video we're going to do something very tricky. But don't worry, we'll go step by step. So first, think about this. Right now, the search functionality that we have right now, let me just show you. The search functionality we have is just the date search, okay? So if you think about this, you got a specific, okay, we sort of need to go back to, okay, spectrum. Okay, and we can delete all, we can get all cognitive crystal, all that, and we just sort it by date. There's even no search functionality. Sorry about that. There's even no search functionality right now. So if you think about this, cognitive crystals that suit selected filter, and we got filter. And we got cognitive crystal. We're gonna let filter spectrum. We can of course search for specific spectrum. So it's the spectrum about I don't know. You can say the spectrum about different color, or you can say the spectrum is about different subject. So for example, physics, computer science, all that different spectrum. So like just imagine this world in 3D. Okay, different spectrum like a cube that enclose you, and you are searching for that, okay, because everything stored in your mind is like a spectrum, okay. And if we got a specific spectrum, we search for it, we get it, else, and we got fetch request, and we get the predicate, update date, okay, and we got this like using date to filter it. Basically it's a predicate. But what about I want to search for specific tags, and I also want to keep the spectrum. Okay, so for example, I search for everything that I have in my mind about physics. Okay, but we also want to search inside the physics, and I want to search about black hole. Okay, if I want to do that, I have to combine these two predicates together. So, of course, there's an easy way of doing things, but there's a kind of lazy way and a bad way of doing things. It's just to search for everything, and you search for black hole, okay? But we're going to use a special functionality in core data, and we're going to combine these two predicates, or we're going to make it like extendable, which means that you can have multiple predicates combined and compounded together, okay? So, without further ado, let's get to it. First, we need to go back to our data controller. Right? At the beginning of the data controller, we need to add a published variable that can store our data. So, published var, and we can use this filter text as an empty string to store the data. Okay, you have to use a container for it to work. Okay, and next step will be here. Cognitive crystal that suit selected filter. Right, we got cognitive crystal. Right, and we got let filter will be selected filter, or instead of just get the cognitive crystal, we're going to use predicates to like compound the multiple criteria. To filter things. So instead of using this, I'm going to change it to predicate. Predicates. Okay, I'm going to initialize this array using the ns predicate. Okay, ns predicate, and yeah, that way we can initialize everything. Okay, and of course we will get a lot of error. They will be required a lot of code. Just hear me out. So let a spectrum will be a filter and spectrum, basically using the spectrum as a sort of filter. So spectrum is just like one part, one section that I want to filter. That's all good. But instead of all cognitive crystal, we're going to use something even more interesting. So we're going to using a let, and we're going to use a specific spectrum predicate. Okay, so we're going to initialize this by using spectrum predicate. Okay, let's think about the word. Yeah, spectrum predicate. That's good. Spectrum predicate. Okay, instead of just using the filter spectrum, we're going to initialize using the ns predicate. In ns predicate, and we're going to use a specific format. It's like SQL. Okay, so we got different format. Okay, and we're going to use string. So it's like SQL. So specific spectrum that contains a specific thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to use spectrum spectrums that contain. Remember, everything is the capitalized. Okay, that's because it's pretty similar to SQL because we're wrangling with data. So passing string, a specific thing. Okay, and that will be our yeah, I think I should like wrap everything inside. So that's our. Okay, I got something wrong. So let's think about this. If that spectrum would be filter spectrum, yeah, that's good. Yeah, spectrum. Yeah, you should initialize it here. Sorry. Sure. So if that spectrum and equals to filter dot spectrum, and then we can let a spectrum. I'm going to copy it here. Spectrum predicate. Okay, and that will be an S predicate. Okay, sorry about that. I got something wrong with my formal version. So passing like SQL code. So format will be a passing a string, and that string will be spectrums that contain a $sign and @sign, and we're going to pass in our spectrum to here. Okay. Yeah, pretty good. And sorry. This here, initializer. This should be equal sign, and yeah, sorry about that. Okay, once you got that, and let's filter, right, spectrum, and that's spectrum predicate, as predicate format spectrum contain, and passing the spectrum. That's pretty good. And then we can say the predicates. Remember, we already initialize it. We're going to add it here. So dot append a new element as predicate. We need a specific new predicate, and we're going to use a spectrum predicate. We're going to append it here as a new element. Okay. So if all this, and then yeah, we can continue to get else all quantum crystal, spectrum quantum crystal, all objects. Yeah, we don't need this anymore because we're using predicate for this. Okay, so if, and so basically we're using spectrum to filter things, and then we get else. Else let our request and all that. I think we can sort of get all this request out. So let me just cut it, just put it outside, just wait there a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to continue the date, because that's also another combined predicate. And that's else. I think else we can let a date predicate. We got a format of update date. I think I can make use of this. So I'm going to just cut it and put it here. But I think I'd better initialize a new variable like let here. So what I'm going to do is to let a date predicate, okay, and that will give us an as predicate with a specific format, modification date bigger than a specific amount, filter minimum update date as an date. Yeah, and then we can say the we can append that. Okay, get to copy it here and paste it. So basically we're going to predicate and append, but instead of spectrum predicate, we're going to use the date predicate. Yeah, that should solve the problem. Okay, and don't forget we already add a specific text, so we can use the filter text, and it will trim it at the white spaces and ignore the capitalized or not capitalized, and add that to a compounded predicate, so we can filter all things. Just combine all this predicate, all this criteria that you need to filter things. We combine all things together. Okay, so this time we're going to deal with the text. So let our filter text, okay, I think this is a trimmed filter text, so I'm going to use trimmed filter text, okay, will equal to filter text dot, I believe we can find this trimming characters, and we're going to ignore the white space. Okay, of course you can ignore a lot of things. I think white space should do. And then we can add a logic here. So if our trimmed filter text equals to filter text dot trimmed characters in we already done that. If our trimmed filter text dot is empty equals to false, so it's not empty, we're going to initialize let our title predicate equals to ns predicate, and using format, and the string will be title, all capitalized, contain, and this time I'm going to add a C here, which means that it does not matter whether it's a capitalized or not capitalized, doesn't really matter. Okay, and then we're going to have a trimmed filter text. Okay, passing here and make this as a criteria, and then let another content. Why we need content as well as a predicate, content as well as a title? We want at least title or content contain the text that you input, so you can filter it, you can get a result. So content predicate, and we're going to use an as predicate and use a certain format string, right? I think it's called content. I believe previously when we add all this contains as a C, which means you don't need to worry about whether it's capitalized or not, and trim the filter text, exact the same thing as the argument here. Okay, and then we can combine all this using an as compounded predicate, combine all this criteria together. So combined predicate equals to an as compounded predicate. Okay, and since the title all the content, just, as long as just one contain, we can use it. So we're going to use all predicate with sub predicates, and we're going to pass in an array of title predicate. Of course, you can add a lot of things here, okay, as well as a content predicate. Add 2 right now. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Exit, and then we can say predicates dot then append, and we're going to combine predicate. We're going to append that as a criteria. Okay, and so it will suit all. So whether the title contain or whether the content contain. Okay, and then at the end we can say let request. We got this specific crystal.fetch request, yeah, and request, we can have a request predicate. Okay, so we're going to add one line here, request.predicate, and equals to ns compounded. Okay, have multiple criteria need to satisfy, and you have to use and predicate with sub predicate. Okay, and you're going to pass in define the predicate here. Okay, yeah, that's pretty long. I'm going to pause it here. All right, right now you can't find all content crystal in scope. Yeah, since you can't find it, let me just we can make it variable. Okay, this is actually solve the problem. Okay, try container, the context, you get the context and fetch request, and return all content crystal and sort it. Yeah, hopefully that will solve the problem. Let me run this again, and finger crossed. Let's hope that we can make a string as a text, and then we can search for it. Okay, let's try this. Okay, cognitive crystal, and let's rotate this back to normal. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, there's no search bar here. You can just delete all and add. While no context menu is visible, there won't do anything. Yeah. So we have to add some code so I can call this. So if you look at error here, called context menu interaction update visible with a block. While no context menu is visible, there won't do anything. So there is no context, which means that you should go back to I think. Okay, content view here, and we got this navigation. Yeah, we just got navigation title. We did not have a searchable, so I'm going to add a modifier and add a searchable. Searchable text placement and prompt. Yeah, we can have that. So we already got the binding, I believe. So we can add the binding as a $, and we can access the data controller dot, and I think we got this like a spectrum or sort of thing. And data controller, let me just do dot, and that's a funny thing that does not prompt you up, so we have to go back to data controller. I believe we got this filter. Where is the filter here? Select it. Okay, let's go back to content view. Okay, so we need to add a searchable here, and we can add a prompt just to give you a little bit hints of what is going on. So prompt, okay, and will be a text. Enter filter here. Okay. Yeah, let's run that again. Yeah, we can't find this here. Cannot convert the binding to expand binding string. Okay, there will be a text data controller. Copy crystal to filter. Yeah, I think it's oh, we got this text here. Sorry about that. Data controller. We should use this one. But what I'm thinking. Yeah, filter text. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's go back here. Alright, I think that should solve the problem. Let's run this again. This should have a little default search bar that we can utilize. Okay. And all common crystal. Come on, if you drag down, there will be a search bar. And we enter a filter. So for example, like 1. Okay, you should all got a 1 here. Why got the spectrum 0 here? So let's click it. Yeah, Cognate Crystal 1 because we got this like info here. And let's go back here. What about say change? Okay, and everything should have like a change here. And what about okay, I'm going to add a little bit. So for example, if I search spectrum 0, and in fact in here we got like a crystal 2. Okay, we got crystal 1. All that is spectrum 0. Okay, so we got Cognate Crystal 5. Okay, I mean then search for 5. Okay, so it's a compounded search. So it will like filter it first and then add the filter 5. They should filter it because we got a content as well as the title. I think spectrum 0. Yeah. What about like a 4? Yeah, we got a 4 here. Okay, the still can filter, and then we can get rid of this, and we can go back. We can then got like spectrum 3. Okay, the spectrum 3 we got Cognate Crystal 4. Okay, let's search for Cognate Crystal 4. Okay, so if the 4 should be here. What about 40? Nothing. What about say Liam? Let me just use some like W. Don't have a W here. I think wheel. Yeah. What about wheel? Yeah. But William, nothing. That's good. So we got this compounded search functionality working, and we use the searchable to add a sort of attribute to the whole for loop inside of the list. So the whole list is searchable. We can search it. We can filter it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And yeah, I think it's already pretty long for this video. And yeah, I'm going to pause it here. So in next video, we're going to add this different spectrum things. So just to make things a little bit authentic, artistically look nicer. So you input something, and it has you can have like a special symbol, and you use that symbol. You can like it's like when you use Twitter, or right now it's called X. You have a specific tag, okay, and it's a common used thing. So you add a tag, you can hashtag it, and yeah, you can input things. But you can of course use another thing. So for example, you don't add hashtag, you add. You can like call someone. You can use add, or you can use maybe an asterisk or something like that. It doesn't really matter. So we will play around in next video. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Okay. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all. Thanks. Bye.